everybody, this is Mixlom and welcome to another episode of Countdown for Revolution. Thank you for all of the subscribers. We are up to 3,500 subscribers. That is amazing. We've only been up for less than a year and we're already to that many. It's awesome. Thank you to everybody. I know I appreciate it. I know the MYLES Revolution himself greatly appreciates it. So if you're used to watching my countdowns and you like what I'm doing on this channel, go ahead and check out MYLES. He's the real rock star. He's the one that creates actual music on this channel. And before I forget, I'd like to bring up some of our new merch. The new Revolution is coming t-shirts. If you like one of these babies, we got them in red, we've got them in green. I will put the link below. And just go ahead and click on that in the description box and you'll be able to get your own. All right, well, today's countdown is going to be from what I think is the best year in music. Mostly because so much good rock music comes out in this decade. Or not this decade, this year, rather. And that year is, you probably already know because you've probably already read the title and seen the thumbnail, but it is the year 1991, and I will be counting down my favorite top 10 albums from the year 1991. If you have any other requests for other years you'd like to see, go ahead and drop them in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do. Because this is just an idea I came up with, and I was like, I think it would be cool to look at kind of albums by year, and so why not start with what I think is probably the best. So here we go. Number 10. Number 10 is kind of a little out of left field for my musical taste, but it is the woman who introduced me and so many of us in the 90s to new age music. It is Enya, Shepherd Moons. Enya Shepherd Moons. This is an album when I was a teenager I would go to sleep to. That probably sounds a little weird if I like it, but it was just so relaxing. I just thought new age music, what the heck? Like, this could be no good, but you know, I heard Sail Away and I wasn't a huge fan of that song when I first heard it. Heard some other stuff, I bought the album, fell in love with the album. So these first 5 songs on the list, if I'm ranking out of 5, again, 5's just a flat out classic album. Numbers 6 through 10, I'm going to put it at a 4.5. 1 to 5 are just the classics. So stay tuned for those. Those are all going to be 5.0s. Number 9. Number 9 on the list. Here's another one out of left field. It's not a rock album, and I'm not a country music fan. I like some scattered songs, but I do like this album. Garth Brooks' Rope in the Wind. That's right. This album is, for me, the best country album all time, because again, it's not hard for me because I don't like country. But songs like The River, songs like Burning Bridges, Shameless. I mean, these are just fantastic songs. What She's Doing Now is a heartbreaking song, even as a kid when I listened to that. I like it. So much of it resonates with me, even as a non-cowboy, even as a non-country person. I've always been a city guy at heart, even if I've lived in the smaller places. I like the city. But Garth Brooks, there was just something a little more cool about him at this time than the other country artists. Number 8. Number 8, we have Out of Time by R.E.M. One of the first music videos I remember really loving was Losing My Religion. It's one of those music videos that I thought fit the song really well. At the time, I was 11 in 1991. So, at the time, I didn't grasp how genius Michael Stipe's lyrics are on this song, but it was a huge radio hit, and the rest of the album is just as good, if not better, than this song. But yeah, I'm gonna go with R.E.M. at number 8. I know it gets a lot of love, but I still think that this album is entirely underrated by a lot of music fans. Number 7. Number 7 shouldn't come as a surprise at all to most of you out there. It is Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic. This was Red Hot Chili Peppers' breakthrough album. I mean, classic, right? Under the Bridge. Just that opening, just that opening guitar picking part. Everybody recognizes that. Karaoke classic. Give It Away. Breaking the Girl is a fantastic song. Maybe the best song on the album, actually, in my opinion. And the unsung hero of this album, as far as tracks go, is I Should Have Lied. It's such a good song. It's definitely in my top 5 Chili Pepper songs ever. It reminds me, maybe I should do a countdown of that. Top 10 Chili Pepper songs. I don't know if I'm a big enough fan, though. I haven't even heard all their albums straight through, so I'll admit. I do like the Chili Peppers, but I wouldn't categorize myself as some sort of mega fan. And look at this is like, oh my gosh, this is like uneven. It's bothering me as I look at myself recording this, and oh, what a scene. Oh, now it's on the other side. All right, I'm sure it doesn't bother all of you as much as it bothers me. Number 6. Number 6 is the last of my 4.5 albums, and it comes from one of the bands that just seems to go on forever, and a very divisive band, I must say. I know so many people that hate this band, so many people that love this band. I'm right in the middle. Most people say their best album is the album before this one. I'm going with this one, though. It's U2, Achtung Baby. The sound of this was like nothing else I've ever heard. I remember hearing Even Better Than the Real Thing for the first time, and it was so different than what I was used to. I wasn't sure if I liked it, but it really grew on me over time. I didn't like the U2 music videos, and I think that's one of the things that like actually kept me from liking U2 for a while. Again, I wouldn't say I'm a huge U2 fan. I haven't listened to all of their albums either. I haven't liked a lot of their recent stuff. I'm not into a lot of the really early stuff, but things right around this time, from about 87 to about 94, 95-ish, I am a pretty big U2 fan. The hidden gem on this album, everybody knows about One, and I think One is probably one of my favorite songs ever. But the hidden gem here is The Fly. It's not an unknown song, but it's not a very well-known song. That and what is it? Oh, Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses? That's the other song on there. Again, not a totally unknown song, but not a widely known song. And 2 of the strongest on the album. Probably after One. I'd probably have to say the second, third strongest actually on the album. But this album just flows so well, and it sounds again like really nothing else out there at the time. And even now, I think U2 has, in this time frame, is such a unique sound. So now we get to the 5 out of 5 albums. Tell me if you agree with these. I'm sure a lot of you won't agree with this one. In fact, you probably don't even expect the list. But if you follow my countdowns and you follow this channel, maybe you actually do. Number 5, I have the band Erasure, and what I think is their best album, spoiler, I'm going to put right up here, one of the two, the link to my top Erasure albums countdown, if you do like Erasure. But it's Erasure Chorus. Front to back, this album just hits you like a hammer. So many great songs. Siren Song, Home, the title track chorus, Love to Hate You. This is one of those albums I can put on. I can go into my living room. Nobody's around. Maybe some people are around. And I can just dance and sing just the whole album through. I never get tired of this one. Definitely a classic. And Erasure in general as a band is just, or a group or a duo or whatever we want to say, is entirely overlooked in my opinion. I mean, they're still putting out, perhaps not great stuff, but they're still putting out really good stuff even now. Number 4. Some people might have this much higher on their list, especially for the year. Some people may put this in the top 5 of all time. So I feel a little strange putting it 4, but these are just my favorites. If I was doing influential, this would be number 1, but I'm doing favorites. And that is Nirvana Nevermind with Kurt Cobain, who left us too soon, and that dude from Foo Fighters on the drums. Nevermind, I'm right in that age range. Again, I'm 11 years old in 1991. Again, something we've never heard. We've all seen the documentaries. A lot of us lived through it. Nirvana just came in like a hurricane, swept us all away. My favorite song, of course, Smells Like Teen Spirit was the first thing I heard. That's what made me really get into them. But what made me love them was Lithium. That song I thought was just so good. Actually, my favorite song on the record, another one of these kind of unsung tracks, unsung heroes on the record, would be Lounge Act. I think Lounge Act would probably be my favorite song. It's a deep cut, but it's a fantastic cut. Again, now we're on these 5 of 5 albums. This is an album you listen to all the way through, and like nothing you heard. Not even Sense. Like now, there's still nothing that sounds like Nirvana Nevermind. Even other Nirvana albums don't sound like Nirvana Nevermind. Number three. And we gotta go with the only album actually I love by this band. I like other albums by this band, but this is the only album I love by this band. It's their masterpiece. It's also their debut album. I'm gonna go with Pearl Jam 10. Of course, going back to music videos, because this is such a huge time for music videos. The video for Jeremy, the kid going into class, killing everybody, was powerful. It added to the song. I think it made the song more popular than it would have been alone on radio play. I know that's the way it was for me. Most of the hits are on the first half of this album, but I think the second half of this album carries itself just as well, if not better, than the first half. Best song on this album, it's going to depend on the day, but 80% of the days, I gotta go with Black. I don't think there's going to be a lot of dispute on that, because it seemed like a lot of people like Black best, but just fantastic song. The vocals, the message, the emotion, it's just a powerful song all around. Number two. Now, a lot of fans wouldn't even put this as the band's best album. I think it's the band's best album. A lot of people say this is when the band sold out. I say it's when the band became the best. I know there's a lot of debate to go around, but I'm going to go with Metallica, Black Album. Wherever I May Roam, when I heard that song got me into metal. I didn't really listen to metal. I mean, again, I was pretty young. I'm 11, right? In 1991. I heard the Metallica Black Album. It's the first I've ever heard of Metallica. It's probably the first metal band I really heard. I mean, perhaps I heard a scattered song here or there or something, but of course, again, with the music video, Inner Sandman, I liked it a lot. but what really blew me away was Wherever I May Roam. 5 out of 5 album. Of course, the only Metallica album that rivals this for me is Master of Puppets. And look, I kind of like Load. I like about half the songs in there. I don't like Reload. I like Really Nothing After. I'm not a huge Kill 'Em All fan. I'm not a huge thrash metal guy. I do like kind of Ride the Lightning. So that's where I'm coming from when I'm talking about Metallica. Metallica is such a delicate band to talk about because their fan base is so rabid and there's just so many different eras of Metallica, and I feel like it's hard to love all Metallica. And you know, you get a lot of pushback no matter what album you say you like the best and what albums you hate the most. But I'm going with Metallica Black Album. Not only my favorite Metallica album, but my second favorite album of 1991. This last album is actually 2 albums. I'm going to tie them. I would normally say they're cheating, but this basically a double album. Again, if you follow my countdowns on this channel, which I hope you do, and if you don't, go ahead and subscribe. Yeah, you're not going to be surprised at all if you follow this channel. So I'm waiting for you to follow it. Oh, just kidding. Not really kidding. But anyway, number 1, without further ado, number 1. Best album of 1991 is Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. I have to put them together. I was going to rank them separately, but I was like, ugh. I mean, there's so much of a double album that I'm going to put them on together. If I had to rank them, I guess we bump Enya out of the top 10. And I put Use Your Illusion 2, actually, number 1. Then Use Your Illusion 1 at number 2. Again, a lot of GNR fans, I think, differ with me on that, but I think Use Your Illusion 2 is just a hair better. The song that gets me into Guns N' Roses, really. I had heard Appetite for Destruction when I was young, but what really gets me into Guns N' Roses big time is You Could Be Mine. Again, love the music video. Saw Terminator 2 around that time. Was totally enthralled with that song. Estranged, I think, is one of their best songs. Again, I've actually done a top 10 of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs. So if you're a Guns N' Roses fan, you want to see that, I will put it up here or up here. One of these places. Just go ahead and click right there and you can go watch that one also. But wow. Yeah, just 2 amazing albums. Use Your Illusion 1 is, again, just right behind it, Inches. November Rain. Coma is just an epic song. The only song I really didn't like on either album, of course, My World, you know, that's a weird kind of thing, but actually I never hated it. I don't like it necessarily, but I don't hate it. On Use Your Illusion 1 is the song You Ain't the First. I've never been too into that song. But every other song on there, awesome. And I actually saw Guns N' Roses a few years ago back in Seattle, and man, lifelong dream, and it was definitely worth the wait. But we do miss you, Izzy. So if you're watching Izzy Stradling, come back to the band. We love you. So with that, don't forget the merch. Woo! Show your support. And get the new Revolution is coming t-shirt. And then also, word on the street is the MYLES Revolution himself is going to be doing a live stream and playing some songs, playing some covers, playing some originals. If you have any requests, go ahead and put those in the comments of this video, really any video. I'm sure he'll see them, and we'll see if we can fit those in. Again, as always, thank you for tuning in today to see my top 10 albums of 1991. I'm Mixlom, and I will see you